سميح كملك رئيس قسم الخدمات الرقمية والذكاء الاصطناعي في شركة PwC الشرق الأوسط ومدير التدريب الرقمي في أكاديمية PwC، أطلق أول برنامج شهادة للذكاء الاصطناعي في الشرق الأوسط، كما قدم العديد من الدورات التدريبية حول مواضيع الذكاء الاصطناعي والتكنولوجيا المالية فينتك وتحليل البيانات وإدارة المشاريع. متحدث رئيسي في مؤتمرات دولية مثل جايتكس، ليب، AI Everything، تيلكو، AI Summit وغيرها. تمت تسميته من بين أفضل 50 قائد فكر بمجال الذكاء الاصطناعي من قبل Think 360.
Dr. Semih, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
You are AI certified.
Yes.
Everybody talks about ChatGPT. It just became like a revolution out there, right? So after that, every single day you do find new applications that are in place. They're more about finance, budgeting, savings, and all these things. First of all, why do you think there is a revolution to just happen out of a sudden? Because people don't understand, like, you know, ChatGPT came in place and everybody's like talking AI today.
So ChatGPT is the version 3.5 of the GPT models by OpenAI. So we already had GPT 1, 2, 3, but no one knew about them and no one was crazy about them. So what ChatGPT was, they turned everything about AI into one single search box, right? Anyone can type in whatever they want, whatever they need. So it democratized access to AI tools in a way, and that's why they were able to reach public, everyone, regardless of their technical knowledge. So people were not seeing the knowledge, seeing what capabilities of ChatGPT. I see it's normal with the level we reached.
It's so amazing because I personally use ChatGPT for certain things, like, you know, if I want to travel, like, what would you recommend for me to go, you know? And I'm having that conversation, it feels like I'm having it with a real person. And I think that's where the success comes from, because people today can just talk to a bot, right? And then they can have that conversation with them, and the bot learns about the person itself. And it starts giving you like recommendations on how to make yourself better. But when it comes to investing, saving, and budgeting, ChatGPT is a little bit limited because it's not updated.
Yes.
So what are the other tools that people can really use?
So one thing, budgeting and the expenditure analysis, the AI is helping with categorizing what you spent. So at the simple level, like there are some calorie tracking tools. It requires you to write everything, what you ate, what you had, everything one by one, and gives you the calorie count. But if you're motivated, you wouldn't eat and you would lose weight anyway, right? So this AI tool is looking at all your expenditures and categorizing them into some larger, like travel, some leisure, some grocery, etc. So it helps to have that visibility and what you are spending on, so you should improve. Like what you don't measure, you can't control. What you don't control, you can't improve.
Yeah. Would you give me like recommendations of names of apps probably people can use for savings and budgeting?
Sure. So there is one called Wally, not the robot, but with the Y.
How do you spell it?
Wally, W-A-L-L-Y. And so they actually introduced the first ever GPT capabilities into a saving and budget analysis app. So it just looks at analyzes your data, and you can ask, like as if you were asking to ChatGPT, how am I doing in terms of investments, expenditure? Did I spend high recently? How do you see my financial situation like a few months from today, etc. So they were the first one to introduce GPT.
So let me ask you this question. A lot of these applications exist out there. For example, as you said, they give you the recommendations of, you know, how you're going to do in 3 months from now or 2 months from now, whatsoever. But the problem is, like, people are concerned about the security, because the majority of these apps, you have to link your bank accounts, right?
Yes.
Then because it's all about data analysis. So you need to link your bank account, and then you have to spend. So it would give you recommendations of your spending habits, and then how you should really, you know, commit to a goal that you set prior to letting the bot or the AI analyze your own spending habits. How people can really know if this is an application that they can trust or not?
It's not easy. So I have a friend actually, he's cybersecurity expert, and I'm asking them time to time if I'm about to share an important data from my phone or something. I ask him to double check. So thanks to the open banking initiatives now, almost all the banks have APIs, so you don't need to share your username or password. It is just the flow of data from your bank to the app. So at this, it is secure that it cannot access to your account. It only a little bit of privacy issue that who sees, who has access to data. But I don't see that it's not going to the banks themselves because they have the data, they have the app. Eventually, these capabilities will to the apps, banks' apps themselves. In Kuwait, actually, the central bank mandates bank to show these kind of expenditures to control some of the over expenses of the people. I think it will go there, it will establish trust in the public.
Okay, at the investment level as an entrepreneur, you see that a lot of founders have implemented AI or this revolution that is happening using AI technology to reach out to investors and get funding for their own businesses. Right? Yes. And I have just seen like a lot of them that have raised like crazy funds just the last couple of months, maybe 3 months or 4 months.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
ChatGPT was born 6 months ago.
Yeah, and since that time...
It's been exponential growth in the apps or the startups operating in generative AI space. And here, so I'm seeing it again as natural because also you can convince investors in an easy way. If you call it, this is the finance version of ChatGPT or investment version of ChatGPT.
It opens their appetite.
Everyone can relate to as well. And also the interest from the entrepreneurs themselves, seeing the power of AI, they also invested efforts into building new stuff in AI as well. Like we have been using algorithms in trading or investment predictions, forecasts for a while, right? But when you move on to more advanced capabilities, machine learning, deep learning, then the forecast accuracies become higher. The returns are possibly higher as well.
Is AI something new?
No. AI,
isn't Excel sheet an AI operator?
We actually call any computer system which simulates our human intelligence, AI, it's like artificial form of intelligence. But what we mean by AI from the tools we see is actually machine learning. So in machine learning, you are not explicitly programming something, you are not writing the rules or conditions in the algorithm, but algorithm learns from the data. You are providing 50 years of stock market data or foreign exchange, foreign currency data, and it learns from that and predicts the future. But when it makes the predictions, it is making a lot of connection between those data points, like how 1-year-old data affects next year's data, or how 2-year-old data affects next year's
100%.
data. The number of connections between data points is much, much higher than the traditional finance algorithms.
Thank you so much, Dr. Semih, for all of these insightful insights. So we talked about like business owners and how they are trying to implement AI. Today, we do have a guest who's also a business owner, but he's into graphic design and he wants to implement AI into Lyft in his app and you know, join this startup life of AI. What about we welcome him today and then we give him some of your advice? Yeah, thank you.